Welcome back to our podcast, Heartfelt Tidings. Today we've got quite a personal story to share. It's about experiencing our first Christmas without Dad. Thank you for joining us on this one.
Thank you for tuning in. Christmas is usually a time for joy and family, and when there's a key person missing, it affects us deeply. This episode is close to our hearts as we both have experienced similar losses.
Yes, and while dealing with grief during such a time is incredibly challenging, it's also a time to remember and honor the love we shared. As Psalms 34:18 reminds us, the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit.
That's beautifully said. Losing Dad meant losing a pillar of strength, guidance, and love in our life. He was the one who made our Christmas morning special, wasn't he?
Absolutely he did. I remember how he used to light up the room with his hearty laugh and how he always insisted on putting up the Christmas tree together. It was a tradition he cherished deeply.
Traditions like that become so poignant, don't they? This year, continuing some of those traditions felt different, but also comforting in a way. It felt like a way to keep his spirit alive and right there with us.
It's true. And it's in these little traditions that we find continuity. Even in his absence, we find ways to include him. For instance, this year, placing his favorite ornament on the tree that felt like he was still a part of our celebration.
I found comfort in Matthew 5:4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. And I truly felt that comfort amidst the bittersweet moments. It's as if each memory, each tradition holds a piece of Dad's love and legacy.
And talking about memories, sharing stories of Dad at the Christmas dinner brought both tears and laughter. It's these stories that keep the essence of loved ones alive in our hearts. What story did you share this Christmas?
I shared the story of how Dad accidentally mixed up the Christmas gifts one year, giving everyone the wrong presents. It ended up being one of the most hilarious and memorable Christmases we ever had. Remember how Mom ended up with the model airplane and you got the kitchen mixer?
Laughs, I do remember that. It turned into a day of learning new hobbies unexpectedly. Dad had a way of turning mishaps into lasting joy. It's these lighter moments that help to balance our grief with gratitude for the time we had with him.
Sharing these laughs, holding on to what we loved about Dad, and leaning on faith helps us navigate through. John 16:22 says, "So also you have sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you."
Beautifully said. This scripture reminds us that our bonds of love are permanent and that our faith provides hope and solace in these challenging times.
As we wrap up today's heartfelt episode, let's remember that it's okay to grieve, to laugh, to remember, and to cry. All these emotions are part of loving deeply. And if you're experiencing your first Christmas without a loved one, we're with you in spirit.
Thank you for sharing this time with us. May you find peace and comfort this holiday season. Remember, in the love we share with those who have passed on, they still light up our lives. Merry Christmas, and may your new year be filled with loving memories and lasting peace.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Until next time, keep your hearts tender and your spirits strong.